What is the hype around Taylor Swift? Help me understand. I don't get it either. But I'm at a point in which I think it's not for me to understand the appeal. I just let it be and people enjoy their thing. We are not the target audience. And that's okay. She has written a lot of music that has resonated with her fans and probably helped them through some tough spots. She recently re-released some of her previous recordings for reasons that are pretty interesting. While I don't listen to her music, I have a great deal of respect for her talent, business sense, and how she treats her fans. She visits and plays for sick kids in hospitals and comes across, in what videos I've seen, as a sincerely nice person. The Eras tour for her is her first in a while and maybe a while before she tours again. She also put out multiple albums during the pandemic that also have never been heard live until now. And in particular, she's playing songs from all her eras, and not just her latest album and some of the hits, but some real deep cuts. Especially as now she's re-recording and re-releasing her older music to get out of old record label obligations. So there's a lot of interest behind which old songs she'll perform that have rarely been heard live. She is very good at writing lyrics that her fanbase connect to, and while as a singer she is merely adequate, her voice suits the lyrics. She is also very good at projecting a one-of-us type image, even if she obviously isn't, given her income and lifestyle, though to be fair, other than a long series of boyfriends, she has managed to avoid the pitfalls of so many female singers who crash and burn in the spotlight, like Britney Spears, Demi Lovato, etc. I used to be the same. Mostly just hearing her radio hits and liking a few of them to an extent. When she released Folklore in 2020, I decided to check it out since I had nothing better to do. I thought it was incredible. Ended up checking out the rest of her discography, and enjoyed a lot of it. Her lyricism is what stands out to me the most. If you've only ever heard her most popular songs, then you're missing out. Some of her deeper cuts are pure poetry. Her vocals have improved as she's gotten older, and she's genuinely pretty good. Really though, she has a song for almost any situation or feeling, which makes her incredibly relatable to more than just teenager girls. Trust me. And while no famous person is without their faults, she's a fairly good role model as far as celebrities go, and she's passionate about her music and her fans. She's also explored many different genres, starting out in country and moving to a pop-punk sound for her third album before making her full crossover to pop. She stripped things down and went folk for a bit during the pandemic. She's constantly reinventing herself and influencing the music industry. Obviously not everyone's gonna dig her or her music, and that's fine, but it's not hard to see why she's popular. In addition to everything that others have said, part of the reason for her popularity is that she's been able to keep herself out of troubles most of her career, other than her dating life. The drama between her and Kanye, Kim K, and her use of private jets. You rarely hear any scandals about her. On top of that, she seems to be a genuinely nice person, at least based on the people who have worked with her and interacted with her. During her most recent tour, she donated money to food banks at every city that she had a show in. And after the US leg of the tour concluded, she gave each of the truckers that worked on her tour a bonus of $100,000 and a handwritten note, and she reportedly gave the same amount of money to everyone who worked on the tour, from electricians to caterers to stage builders, which totaled up to about $55 million. It's true that $55 million pales in comparison with the billions that she will reportedly pull in when her tour is all said and done. But we don't hear such generosity from other singers and artists. Her songwriting is actually quite impressive. I don't think she has the best voice, but I think her songs are relatable to millions of people. She's also kind of a boss in the music industry. The whole story behind her current re-recordings is quite interesting. She's America's sweetheart. She's one of the last artists that doesn't use her sex appeal as a way to market her music. This resonates with kids and their parents. She touches on a number of genres and her lyrics are quite good. So if people hated her early career, they might resonate with a later album. Each one has a different vibe. She engages with her audience in concerts, lyrics, with hidden Easter eggs, etc. She's a smart businesswoman who has challenged parts of the music industry and changed things. So some people look up to her for that. She's built a community where people feel seen and understood. Her concerts are impressive AF. Even if you don't like her, you can't deny that she doesn't work her ass off on that stage and put on a great show. She does charitable things. She just gave all the people working on her tour a large sum of money. That changed their lives. Some of them were able to send their kids to school without taking out loans. She's known for helping her friends out or for being a girl's girl. I don't really understand why people always need an explanation for hype. If it doesn't resonate, that's cool. I don't get the hype around Marvel or soccer, but I just keep it moving. I don't analyze it. It's just not my jam. Every age group has musical icons: the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Michael Jackson, Barbara Streisand, Frank Sinatra, Madonna, etc. Swift is the latest. Her appeal is musical, lyrical and cultural. If you get it, she's amazing evidently. I personally now understand why when I was enthralled with Zeppelin my dad just rolled his eyes. But that is how it's supposed to be. One day, Swift fans will have kids or grandkids and not understand why they like the music they do. It's the circle of life. There are a number of reasons why Taylor's popularity at current is as big as it is. 1. The Eras Tour is combining nostalgia with new material in an extremely fun way, and a lot of people want to see it, creating a huge demand. A 44-song setlist wherein she sings and dances for 3.25 hours without a break and does 18 costume changes, pyrotechnics, stage dives, and so much more make it probably the show of the year. It has something for everyone. Country, pop, rock, alternative. 2. Lyricism. Taylor is a middling singer. She's never been great. She's worked hard to improve and she has dramatically, but she's still never going to be a top tier vocalist. Where she excels is her ability to write songs, especially songs that speak to the experience of the average person. Almost everyone can relate to her songs. She has a catalog of 240+ songs. And even though her reputation is that all her songs are breakup songs, that is far from true. There really is a Taylor song for every occasion. If you can feel it, Taylor has a song about it. 3. She has a long history of being exceptionally great to her fans. She has done things like hand-choose fans to come to her actual home to listen to albums before they release. She has sent Christmas presents to fans, paid for their tuition and medical bills, shown up at their bridal showers and weddings and hospital rooms, befriended them online in a super down-to-earth way that makes her feel accessible and real in a way that other celebrities just don't. These things have created insane loyalty in her fan base. 4. Her marketing team is genius. Frankly, it's sometimes predatory and unethical emo, but the way they market her products and her merch and her music and her in general creates this sense of panic and need and false scarcity that drives sales and collecting far beyond what would have been. There were something like 25 variations of the Midnights album released, for instance, which was unnecessary for many reasons. There's no ethical way to become a billionaire, and getting there by nickel and diming your fans is kind of gross, in my opinion. But that's a whole other story. Did you hear about her Eras Tour concert movie that she made with AMC? She completely funded the movie herself and cut out Hollywood's involvement, which means she and AMC both get bigger profit margins. She could pave the way for how future movies are produced. Talent is just opinion. I don't like her music, but I'm sure her fans would hate what I listen to. I'm a fan of hers. And it happened because I found her music at a key moment in my life, and it simply resonated with me at a deep level. Do I love everything she puts out? No. But she is a wonderful lyricist who seems to just get it. Republicans are mad because she simply told her audience of young, primarily liberal people how to register to vote. She has phenomenal showmanship. Her concerts are spectacles. Her songs are very well written, orchestrated and produced, and she has a down-to-earth, unpretentious persona. She's also very astute and is probably a lot different in real life. I also don't think she trades off sex appeal or edginess. She's someone you want to be friends with. I'm not a fan of her music at all, so I'm not going to gush as a fan. But with that said, she gives me the impression that she's sincere. I'll put it this way. There's no doubt Madonna likes her fans. But she'll always love herself more, and she most certainly thinks she's better than everyone. Taylor gives the vibe that she genuinely appreciates her fans and loves and appreciates the life she's gotten for herself. There's a sense of gratitude behind her, whereas other stars are demanding. I've also read about her benevolence without seeking fanfare for it. She also seems like a really good friend, no ego behind the friendships considering the industry. It just seems rare. I'm not sure what's so hard to understand. She writes pop songs which are designed to widely accessible to the general public. She has personal lyrics that lots of people, especially young women, find relatable and comforting. Her songwriting itself has long been acclaimed as her greatest talent. She's also been in the industry for almost 2 decades and seems fiercely oriented towards commercial success, which has led her to be one of the most consistently relevant pop culture figures of the 21st century. Her music seems bland to a lot of people, but I've never been confused as to why she's popular. She's a talented, pretty white woman. She's a talented artist who got screwed out of her masters by Scooter Braun and proceeded to re-record all of her albums. I'm not a fan, but I've come to recognize not all things are for me. She brings something that make a lot of people happy, or at least they connect to.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicuricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.